Good morning, fellow servants of the Lord. As promised, we will start to present to you a church business plan under the new normal. Under the new normal in the sense that when we were hit by the pandemic COVID-19, suddenly our written church business plan became obsolete, and therefore allow me to introduce to you a more responsive church business plan. The question is, am I qualified to teach you how to conduct or how to create a business plan? Well, let me show you my credentials. I'm a graduate of BSBA Accounting major from the University of the East. I took my MBA from the Ateneo de Zamboanga, a graduate of Asian Institute of Management under the United Management Development Program. I have a diploma from John Maxwell under the Million Leaders Mandate EQUIP. I'm also a graduate of Master of Divinity from the Far East Adventist School of Theology, and at the same time a graduate of Doctor of Philosophy or PhD from the same seminary school. As to my work experience, at present, I'm the Chief Operating Officer of Nutrionic, a nutraceutical company. I became also the Vice President for Sales of Glibe Incorporated, and I also became a General Manager of the Sarmiento Management Corporation under Bandag Division. I have handled different marketing positions from medical representatives, district manager, product manager, etc. from United Laboratories, and also I became management consultants of different companies in different industries. As of today, I handle the different positions like Chairman and CEO of SACOP or Samahan ng mga Kristiyano Obispos sa Pilipinas. I am also the Chairman and CEO of Life Ministry, the CEO of Nutrionic, the President of Jesus Sanctuary International Gospel Mission, the President of Fish Interchurch, and a member of World Theologian Council. So after completing this course, you should be able to 1. Write an annual comprehensive business plan for your church following the new normal. 2. You should be able to establish the flagship programs that will deliver desired results. Flagship programs in the sense that the church has so many activities, but at this point we have to evaluate, analyze these different activities following the Pareto principle. About 20% of our programs are the ones producing 80% results, and therefore my suggestion is to trim down these so many activities and we focus on intentional evangelism program and deliberate discipleship programs. And therefore, with these programs, we can strengthen our church in terms of quantity in numbers, balance with quality in knowledge. What is a business plan? A business plan is a simple document that defines who you are, where you are, and where you believe God wants you to go in the next season of ministry. It's a written document that describes how your church will work. Let me illustrate. God anointed the pastor not to work as a clerk, but to work as a general manager or chief executive officer. Meaning, with this mindset, life, ministry, and SACO offers these pastors management subjects so that his clerical mentality will be transformed into a chief executive officer mindset. Why? Because God's business is the church. And therefore, if the church is God's business, it requires a good manager to manage the church for its continuous growth. In capsule form, this is the capsule format of what a business plan looks like. It starts with step 1, the vision, mission, values, and goals. We will expound on this later. With full leadership engagement, we will be going into step 2, or the SWOT analysis. SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses of the church, opportunities, and threats outside the church. So with this, we will be needing people, our goals or target, and the system that we will be using. Along this line, we will be going into step 3, or the execution essentials. From the execution essentials, we have already clearly defined our steps and alignment, or meaning to say the programs that will be implemented. While implementing the programs, we will be going into step 4 to measure for results, thereby having directional audit. So, in capsule form, every year we will not be getting out of this framework. The church business plans needs to include 1, the vision and mission statements. You need statements to help explain where your church is going and why you want to get there, and the principles that guide the organization. You need also market research. This will determine if there is a need for what your church offers in the community. Provide detailed information about competing churches in your area to find out what they offer and who they appeal to. We provide detailed information on how your church can fill in the gaps with ministries to various age groups and community activities. We need to have also a marketing plan. This plan should explain how you will let prospective online attendees about your church and its unique offerings, such as by advertising your online worship services, enhanced discipleship course via Facebook, and encouraging your congregation to invite others to join your church. We need also a management team. We explain in detail, including their past experience in helping the church grow, the management team that will be implementing the plan. Include a little background information on the people who will be impacting the plan's success, such as the pastor and youth fellowship leaders. We need also to have a daily operation of church where we explain in steps the daily operation of the church, including the duties of the administrator, the minister, the staff, and volunteers who lead studies or group activities. We need to have financial reports. You provide the church financial information as the final section of the plan, including operating budgets, the profit and loss statements. Need to have all the potential contributions made to the church as well as expenses, where you have the pastor's salary, the utilities, rental space, etc. Also include information on how your church qualifies as a non-profit organization to stay exempt from paying taxes. And you need also a 1 to 3 page executive summary. This is the last step, but you place it at the beginning of the plan. This summary needs to express the most important parts of the plan, so that's why it's best to create it after you finish the plan. There are 4 pieces of the puzzle. Number 1, we have to define where is the church now in terms of number of active members, in terms of sign up members, in terms of number of small group leaders, in terms of number of produced homegrown pastors, and the like. From the number 1, after the complete and thorough analysis, we will proceed to step number 2. Where do we want to go? 1 year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 4 years from now, and 5 years from now. But in our seminar, we will be focusing on the 1 year business plan. So it means from the current number of members in 1 year's time, how many members will be added? In terms of small group leaders, in 1 year's time, how many small group leaders will be added? What priority programs are we going to implement? And how many homegrown pastors will be produced in 1 year's time? From there, we will go to step number 3. The question is, how do we get there? Meaning, we have to design our programs that will lead us to achieve all the place we want to go. And while we are implementing our program, we go to step 4, or the question is, how do we make sure we get there? This is what we call monitoring and controlling. So with this seminar, we will only focus on chapter 1, the creating vision statement. In Proverbs 29:18, it says, "Where there is no vision, the people perish." And therefore, we need a vision that looks like this. That the visionary must see to it that he has a clear vision 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years from now. Let me discuss the creating vision statement. 1. This is a future casting. We are drawing along the line what will happen to our church 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years from now. So the question is, does our vision statement provide a powerful picture of what our church will look like in 5 years from now? Meaning to say, with the current picture of your church, how will it look like 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years from now? If you don't have a vision, you will be part of the churches who are victims of becoming stagnant. Number 2, is your vision statement a picture of your church future? If it's not, then you have to rewrite the vision statement of your church. Letter B, it should be audacious or daring or ambitious. Sabi nga sa Tagalog, nangangarap ka na rin lamang, di palakihin mo na. Bakit mangangarap ka ng maliit? Kaya the question is, does our vision statement represent a dream that is beyond what we think is possible? Does it represent the mountain top of where the church is headed? So in short, paakyat, hindi palusong. Letter C, motivating. Does it clarify the future direction the church is headed? Maliwanag na maliwanag ba yung patutungan ng iglesia? Does it clarify the target our church should try to hit? For example, our current membership is numbering to 100. Mean to say, 1 year from now, how many sign-up members have we achieved? Did we grow by 200, 300, 400? So the target must be very, very clear. Does it clarify the programs our church wants to pursue? So in short, the programs should be written, intentional, and deliberate, and it should be implemented. Does it clarify the capabilities our church plans to develop? So this is part of the training. If we want to pursue this target and we will implement these programs, the implementer should be capable. Letter D, is your vision statement purpose-driven? Again, purpose-driven, not activity-oriented. Does our vision statement give members a larger sense of purpose? So in short, every member now is involved, is part of the group that has a purpose-driven vision statement. Is our vision statement worded in such a way that our members see themselves as building a cathedral rather than laying stones? Okay? So hindi na barong-barong, mansion na. And letter E, it should be inspiring. Is our vision statement worded in engaging language that inspires and engages people? Does it create a vivid image in people's heads that provokes emotion and excitement? Does it create enthusiasm and pose a challenge that inspires and engages people in the church? Let me show you a sample vision statement. As we journey from salvation to Lordship of Jesus Christ, we envision every member a believer, every believer a disciple, every disciple a minister, every minister a leader, and every leader a Christ committed follower. Did you see the process? That from evangelism, we were able to produce a new convert or a believer, and it won't stop there. That new convert or new believer will undergo an intentional discipleship training program so that after that, eventually, that disciple will become a minister, and that minister will become a leader, and that leader will become a Christ committed follower leading his own group. So if we're going to put a logo on this clear vision statement, and it will be placed inside the church, it will look like this. Okay? So in short, all the members of the church will remember, and it will be inculcated in their hearts and minds that they are part of this vision statement. So we have a workshop. Our online seminar is interactive, meaning with audience participation. And therefore, I am requesting all the pastors who are listening from this seminar that I want you to write or rewrite the powerful vision statement of your church. You post this vision statement with logo under our Facebook group or the live sakop. Thank you for your participation, and again, I expect you to see you next week for our Chapter 2 seminar. God bless us all.